Hello, everybody. Welcome to the session. Today is July 15, 2022. My name is Jose Blasco, and this is our 3D market commentary where we get together for a few minutes. I just got the sound back. We get together for just for a few minutes. The US markets will open in 1 hour from now. So it's a perfect time to look at what's happening out there, understand the various market conditions, which are critical to be understood in order to trade efficiently, powerfully, most importantly, safely. So we're going to look at 5 key markets. But before we get started, I would like to highlight on the upper left side of the screen our financial disclaimer. Please read it carefully. It's being highlighted for you. It is important information. It is fairly short, and therefore I am counting on you all to read it completely. Thank you so much. And I guess it's now fully highlighted, and therefore you should have had time to read it. Wonderful. So let's begin. Let's dive into our real-time charts, and let's begin our market analysis. So what do we have here? On the right, I have the S&P 500 daily time frame chart. This is utilizing the platform TradingView. TradingView is a platform that is free of usage. Okay, and then we have a collection of tools such as the UFOs as well as the autoclimate, which I will discuss in a moment, and I will also let you know how you can get access to these tools. Okay, but also talking about having access to the tools. What about having access to the news flash itself, which is the information I am about to cover? Well, that is free. It can be sent to you in your inbox. And you receive it an hour and a half before the US market opens. So I guess it's handy for you to receive it. So here's the first market in the news flash, the S&P 500 on the left, which is the same S&P 500 from the right. So what is the market climate? For understanding the market condition, for us to understand the climate, we are utilizing a tool called AutoClimate, which is free. Later, I will tell you how to get it. And this tool is basically telling us about what's the market condition, which currently is a confirmed down climate. It's confirmed because the dot is thick. It's down because the dot is red. And this climate has been running for 4 days out of what statistics would call a normal thing to happen, one standard deviation, 2.98. So in other words, we've been running 4 out of 2.98. That's the current climate condition, and therefore we have just surpassed today the statistical duration of a normal climate, and now we are entering today into a climate which is a little bit entering the overextended, overlasting type of condition. Okay, so could the climate continue falling down? For sure. Because again, statistics are there to be broken, but also statistics are there to be a powerful reference. In this case, 2.98 is the reference. So betting that the market could continue falling, it's certainly something that, in one hand it could happen, but in another hand, it's not likely. It's more likely for the climate to reverse than continue higher. Yesterday, notice how the climate went to say hello to our green UFO that is still located there at 3713.5. Still there. Was there yesterday. Okay, but guess what? When we were talking about this, the market was trading higher. Later in the trading session, it went lower, kissed the UFO, and started going higher. So this is what those UFOs do for us, right? They are fantastic, powerful tools that identify those upcoming turning points, which could be used as entries or exits, as you can see on the chart, in the context of a specific climate. Okay, so right now the climate is still down. So I would not expect this UFO to be that powerful. If the market was to fall and come in here, we may still have a bounce, but I would not expect it to be that impressive, given the fact that the climate is down. But yesterday, I was expecting this to happen. I was pretty strong about it. I mentioned it during our market commentary. And if you looked at it yesterday, that UFO was pure green, like the green UFO we have here in the bottom, where now the UFO above is still green, but is now olive green, which means that the probabilities are a little less today compared to yesterday. Okay. So anyway, key price point 37.13, and the other key price point would be the sell orders, which are located at 38.68 right here. And again, if the market was to come here, we would expect a move to the downside. Okay, so and that's the situation with the S&P. That is the market condition. And when looking at the speed of movement, which is our third D, okay, so dimension number one, climate, dimension number two, UFOs, dimension number three, volatility. So we are talking about a VIX value of 26.44%. For you out there, options trader, you know what the VIX. It's the implied volatility of options on the S&P 500 index. So if we take that value from the options markets, 26.44, we reverse engineer options pricing models, we end up that this value means 63.27 points a day, either up or down, or 139.27 points a week, either up or down, or 289.92 points a month, either up or down. That is the expected speed of movement for the S&P, which is, certainly pretty nice. We're going to move to the next market, which is crude oil. Before we do that, I wanted to highlight how you can get our apps, the UFOs, the climate. As I said, the climate is a free app, and you have different versions of UFO you could consult on our website. And we use it for our market analysis and for planning our trades, okay? Because computers do certain things better than humans, such as processing data. As more data can be processed, even data that cannot be seen with the eye can be processed, and on top of that, the results are objective instead of subjectives, which is what happens when humans process data. Computers do that better than us, isn't it? Anyway, crude oil, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. The market is loading. So what do we have with crude oil? Very similar market condition compared to yesterday, to be honest. The market, it's only 1.53% above the close. So we are more or less in the same place where we were yesterday. We are still in a down climate, which is still very extended. 11 out of 5.78 is a very extended climate. We expect crude oil to come back up. But again, there is nothing to turn it back up because the next pile of buy orders is located all the way at 80. So we are looking for the moment, which could happen anytime, but has not happened yet, where buy on field orders, buy UFO will show up in the screen looking like that. And now we will know that crude oil stands a chance to go back higher. In the meantime, while this climate is very extended to the downside, doesn't look immediate for crude oil to turn higher, at least based on the real-time data we have on the screen. So again, going back to the market conditions, dimension number one, the climate is down, very extended to the downside. The UFOs, we got sell on field orders at 189. We got buy on field orders at 80.47. So if it falls, there is a long way for this to fall before it bounces, unless new buy orders are added. If it rallies, the moment it rallies just a bit, immediately going to find sell on field orders, and we expect crude oil to fall. So this is the market condition as we speak. From a volatility point of view, speed of movement, options on crude oil futures are representing 53% implied volatility, which is 3.2 points a day, either up or down, 7.05 points a week, either up or down, 14.68 points a month, either up or down. If I move to the next market, which is gold, you will see how the chart resembles the same, even though there is a very big difference between crude oil and gold, which is the fact that with gold, we just got a new red UFO show up that was not there yesterday. That red UFO did not show up on crude oil. Let me go back to crude oil very quick. Okay, you can see the red UFO is higher and it was there yesterday. With gold, that red UFO was not available yesterday, but is now available right there. So again, the market went a bit higher today, touched the UFO, and now the market is falling down a bit. Okay, just a little bit, 0.19% so far, not too much. Again, the market condition is extremely overextended, 18 out of 568. So again, gold is, trying to go back up. Okay, from a statistical point of view, it's trying to go back up, but sell orders keep being added. Hence the red UFO, and it's having a tough time to go back higher. Similar situation compared to crude oil. There is nothing to stop it from falling because the next pile of buy orders is located at 1654. So exactly the same as crude oil, which is, again, those are two commodities. Often they are correlated. So not a surprise that the situation is similar. So unless we got buy orders coming in, gold is set to continue falling more, even though statistically speaking, the climate is overextended. But hey, there is nothing to stop it. So we'll see if on-field orders to buy show up. We will see a green UFO on the screen, Auto UFOs is a patented technology that plots on-field orders real time. So if on-field orders are added, you would see a green UFO right here, real time. Okay. Speed of movement expected to be at a rate of 19.60%. This is out of looking at the options on crude oil futures. So if we reverse engineering the the options pricing models, that is almost 21 points a day, either up or down, 46 plus points a week, up or down, 96 plus points a month, either up or down, which is pretty nice speed. Everything is quite volatile these days. It's pretty nice. Looking for the next market, which is the dollar index. So the dollar index is in this beautiful movement to the upside. Again, now it's coming back down. Again, we are dealing with a very extended climate, 13 out of 4.94. Very, very extended statistically speaking. So I would certainly expect it to go down from that point of view. Again, if it goes down a bit more, the moment it gets to 107.61, guess what? We just hit buy on field orders. So from there, we should expect some sort of a bounce. Okay, even though if there is a bounce from there, I would not expect it to be that strong because that UFO is olive green. Okay, the bounce already happened from here. Okay, so if it comes down here again, we may have a smaller bounce or no bounce at all, and it keeps going lower until it gets to this green UFO, which is pure green, and from there I would expect a continuation of the move. So again, we're going to have to see what happens, but certainly that's what I would envision at this moment in time. And a healthy thing to happen would be for dollar to go down, get into a red climate, and keep falling for 5 to 6 days. And from there, hit that UFO, and then go back up and go back to a blue climate. That would be, the expectation, a normal thing to happen. And we'll be discussing it in our daily market commentaries. Speed of movement expected to be at a rate of 13.7, that is 0.93 points a day, either up or down, 2.06 points a week, either up or down, 4.28 points a month, either up or down. And the last market for today is Bitcoin futures. So looking at Bitcoin futures, here we go. We are looking at Bitcoin trying to go higher. Notice how Bitcoin change the down climate to a blue climate. Okay, that was not expected. Okay, but I guess that if you recall a few days back, we had a green UFO here. Sorry, my drawing was pretty bad. Let me do it again. So there was a green UFO right here, and that green UFO is the one responsible for the turning point. So if you go back to watch the sessions that we did, you would see that. So not too much of a surprise that Bitcoin is coming up, but I was actually expecting it, given the volatility conditions, I was expecting it to move a little faster to the upside, hit the red UFO, and continue going down and not have changed the climate. I would expect it to be still in a red climate, but guess what? It's moving up very slowly, so that created a change of climate, but notice how this change of climate is not confirmed. How do I know? It's a thin dot. This blue dot is not like those thick dots from the left. This blue dot is a thin one, meaning that this climate is basically asking us to be patient. No time to trade, not confirm as a climate, no statistical advantage from a directional point of view. So it's better to wait, let that UFO to prove itself and change the climate back to red and then go for it. Or maybe that UFO is not going to prove itself, and then the thin dot today will become a thick dot into the next trading day. And next thing you know, now is going to be time to buy Bitcoin and rally it all the way to 30,000. We'll see. Okay, we are at a pretty critical time to be observed because the climate not being confirmed, it's time to observe. Okay. Implied volatility out of BVIN is 78.9%. That is 1,000 plus points a day, either up or down. 2,300 points a week, either up or down. 4,788 points a month, either up or down. And finally, as we are concluding the session, from a news point of view, today we're having retail sales being reported. So again, this has happened 15 minutes ago as we were starting the session. So if we look at the S&P, and let me change to a very low time frame, like 2-minute time frame, you're gonna see those micro UFOs being plotted on the screen. So you can see here a little bit of peak of volatility, and guess what just happened? The news was reported, price came into one UFO, went down to the next UFO, bounced back up. Okay, so beautiful trades that if you are an intraday trader, you could have taken advantage of with the UFOs, thanks to the fact that there was a news that generated a little peak of volatility. Obviously, with the inflation rates, everybody's looking at retail sales, and that has generated some intraday volatility, which could have been very nice for two quick in and outs, one short, one long. You could have get short here with a stop here, very little risk, to make a nice profit all the way to here, and then reverse it with a long trade here with a stop here, risking very little, and you're still, if that's the case, you're still in the trade on your way to reach the target, which if reached, that would generate this size of a profit, which is pretty powerful. So two quick ones, without meaning to sound uh, arrogant, if I can use this word, two quick, easy trades. Okay, and nothing is easy in trading, obviously. So that's why I'm using a little bit of humor here, because obviously it requires to get serious about it. Like everything you do in life, which is important stuff, you gotta put some time and effort. But yeah, in the end, if you know what you're doing and you have the right tools, such as the UFOs, those two trades were relatively easy, if I can phrase it this way. I guess you are with me, you understand what I mean. Anyway, everyone, we are now ready to get into the live trading session in 45 minutes time, where the US markets will start trading. And when you are done trading today, guess what? You are now getting into the weekend. So I will say happy trading. I will say have a good weekend as well. And we will see you guys into next week. Bye bye, everybody. Take care, my friends. Keep up the good work. Bye bye.